Sometimes on this journey, I get lost in my mistakes. What looks to me like weakness is a canvas for your strength. And my story isn't over, my story's just begun. And failure won't define me, 'cause that's what my Father does. Yeah, failure won't define me, 'cause that's what my Father does. Lay your burdens down. Here in the Father's house, check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. You're in the Father's house. Arrival's not the end game, the journey is where you are. You never wanted perfect, you just wanted my heart. And the story isn't over if the story isn't good. And failure's never final when the Father's in the room. And failure's never final when the Father's in the room. Lay your burdens down. Here in the Father's house, check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. You're in the Father's house. Yeah. In the Father's house. Prodigals come home, the helpless find hope. Love is on the move when the Father's in the room. Prison doors swing wide, the dead come to life. Love is on the move when the Father's in the room. Miracles take place, the cynical find faith, and love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Jericho walls are breaking, strongholds now are shaking. Love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Love is breaking through when the Father's in the room. Lay your burdens down. Here in the Father's house, check your shame at the door, 'cause it ain't welcome anymore. You're in the Father's house. Yeah. Lay your burdens down. Here in the Father's house, check your shame at the door.
Good morning, everybody. Would you stand up and worship with us this morning? God, I'm on my knees again. God, I'm begging, please again. I need you. Oh God, I need you. Walking down these desert roads, water for my thirsty soul. I need you. Oh God, I need you. Your forgiveness is like sweet, sweet honey on my lips, like the sound of a symphony to my ears, like holy water on my skin. the sound of a symphony to my ears, like holy water. Your forgiveness is like sweet, sweet honey on my lips, like the sound of a symphony to my ears, like holy water on my skin, like holy water on my skin, like holy water.
Amen. Yes, we need his grace every day. We need his mercy. Let us continue to pour out our praise, church. Amen. You give life. You give life. You are love. You bring light to the darkness. You give hope. You restore every heart that is broken. And so great are you, Lord. You give life. You give life. You are love. You bring light to the darkness. You give hope. You restore every heart that is broken. So great are you, Lord. It's your breath. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. So great are you, Lord. You give life. You are love. You bring light to the darkness. You give hope. You restore every heart that is broken. So great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. So great are you, Lord, in all the earth. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing out. So great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout out. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing out. So great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise. And all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing out. So great are you, So we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise, we pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs. So we pour out our praise to you only. So great are you, Lord. How great thou art. So great are you, Lord. Singing how great you are. So great are you, Lord. Worthy of all of our praise, oh God. So great are you, Lord.
Amen. Our God is great. He's greatly to be praised. We are here this morning to do just what we just sang, to pour out our breath as praises to Him. Church, we are so glad you're here this morning. My name is Jeff Kelly, and on behalf of Real Life Church, I just want to welcome you here today. Whether you are here in the building with us here at the Madison Room or whether you are joining with us on live, we are just excited about what God is doing here this morning. It's going to be a great morning. We're going to celebrate the Lord's Supper today. Hopefully on your way in today, you got to hang out with us out front. We baptized 2 folks this morning. 2 people went public with their belief in Jesus and their alignment with Jesus this morning. Come on, that's good. So we're excited at what God's doing in this place. If you are a guest, if this is your first time with Real Life, or you've maybe been coming for a couple of weeks, we want to just say we're so glad to have you, and we want to connect with you. So in your worship folder, there's a yellow Connect card. We would love it if you would fill it out for us, and then you can drop that in one of our